Hello, and welcome to this presentation on refrigeration charging by Diane and Jose. Before we start, you want to make sure you have the right PPE so that when you start doing anything with the jar box that you're going to charge, safety is always the first thing you should do.
Before starting any HVAC job, safety comes first. And the key to safety is PPE, personal protective equipment. PPE protects HVAC technicians from common hazards like sharp edges, chemicals, high voltage, extreme temperatures, and falling objects. Here's what every HVAC technician should have: safety glasses or goggles to protect your eyes from dust, refrigerants, and sparks, gloves, insulated gloves for electrical work, or cut-resistant gloves for handling sheet metal, hard hat to prevent head injuries in mechanical rooms and construction sites, safety shoes, steel-toed boots to protect against heavy tools and sharp debris, hearing protection, earplugs or earmuffs when working around loud compressors or power tools, respirator or mask, essential when handling refrigerants, chemicals, or dusty environments, high visibility vest when working outdoors or in busy areas. Remember, PPE is not optional. It's your first line of defense against workplace accidents. Stay safe, stay protected, and do your best work. We're going to go over a quick review of seating the service ports. The first position to know is back seating. This position is the normal operating position. Back-seated service valve means the valve stem is turned all the way out counterclockwise. This fully opens the main refrigerant line for normal system operation while simultaneously closing off the gauge port. When the valve is in this position, it is fully open to system flow, and the service port is closed, preventing leaks from the access point. This is the standard running position, allowing refrigerant flow between components, but keeping the service port sealed until a gauge or hose is connected. The next position to know is front seating. Front seating a service valve means turning the valve stem all the way in clockwise until it is tight. This position closes off the main refrigerant line while keeping the service port open to either the compressor or the line, depending on the valve's location. It is a critical position for tasks such as isolating one part of the system to hold refrigerant or to perform maintenance. Mid-seating is at the halfway point between front-seated and back-seated. Mid-seating provides flow in all directions. This position is ideal for vacuum and recovery with the system off. This position allows system flow while also operating the service port for gauge connections or refrigerant recovery. Cracked off the back seat, or sometimes it's just referred to as cracked, is when the valve is turned clockwise just a little from the back-seated position. This is a form of mid-seating where you turn the stem just enough clockwise to get a reading on gauges. This position is used for gauge readings on the system.
It's time to charge the TI box.
Is make sure we have the right equipment. What you're going to need is a manifold gauge, an adjustable wrench, and the refrigerant or nitrogen cylinder that you will be using to charge the system with. We want to start by taking the yellow line from our manifold gauge and connect it to our refrigerant or nitrogen cylinder, whichever one you're charging the system with. We're going to remove the caps to the charging ports located on the suction and discharge lines of our service valve. Once you do this, you will want to crack your service valve so you allow any of what you're charging the system with to be able to go in. It's important to note here, though, that you are familiar with how to backseat, mid-seat, front seat, and crack your service valve and what each one does. If you're not sure, this is a great time while the system is not charged to play with the service valves a little bit and familiarize yourself with how it looks like front-seated, mid-seated, and back-seated. So proceeding from here, we will take our low pressure line, this is the blue hose, and connect it to the suction line or the vapor line that our service valve is connected to. We will take the high pressure side, which is the red hose, and connect it to our discharge line or liquid line. Next, we will turn on the unit and open the refrigerant cylinder. Follow up by opening the low pressure valve on the manifold. At this point, the refrigerant will make its way through the system. Please be sure to watch your gauges, as you don't want to add too much pressure into the system. Usually, we've been adding about 100 psi when we charge, at least in class. In real-world situations, it might be a little different, so be sure to pay attention to this fact, because it will be very important, as you don't want to overcharge your system. Once you get your desired level of pressure, close the cylinder, followed by the manifold gauges. Wait 15 minutes and keep watching your gauges to see if pressure holds. Otherwise, you may have a leak. If you do, take the necessary steps to fix the leak. Once you have located the leak using the leak detection device of your choice, you should recharge the system back to the desired level that you wanted, and then wait 15 minutes again to see, just to make sure that there's no leaks. And after this, your system should be fully charged and you should be good to go. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation, and we hope you have a good day.